we're going to do part 4 again. So what we got is part 4 is going to be just all the little bits and pieces that got left over that went into the pack. Over here we had part 1, everything to do with the food and the pack that I took, different packs, and a bit about my bow. In part 2 we had all clothing. Part 3 was my sleeping and tent setup and the fly and around camp a bit. And now we've got part 4, which is just the bits and pieces. So we'll go with this. I did forget to mention the poles that I took, which came in really handy in the end, just because I had an extremely heavy pack. Did it save me? If I hadn't walked straight out for the whole walk out, I probably could have got away with just one of them, or if I had my pack set up better, I could have got away with not having them. But I think if you're going to be going up and down hills a lot, then with a heavy pack, definitely I'll be taking those. But otherwise, if I know that I'm only going somewhere where it's flat, setting up camp and then packing up to hunt, then I wouldn't take them. Might take one, but in the future I won't be taking as heavy a pack, so probably just leave them. Yeah, so alright, here we have, we'll go with the water. So I have this mini, what's called a mini Sawyer. Now this mini Sawyer is brilliant. I bought them off eBay, and I bought a pack of 2. They came from the States and they were $65. Filters out everything. You'll see a good review on them on YouTube done by Daz from Into the Mountains, is his YouTube channel. Go and check him out. He's got some great reviews on hunting gear. He works for Maruka 30, so does a bit of few reviews on their gear, and the gear that's good works well for him, and he's actively using it all the time, so I would check them out. So that's Daz from Maruka 30, and his YouTube channel is Into the Mountains. That's just another one. Now with this you can fold this bottle up, so you fill it up with water and then you can just fold it and it squeezes out the end here. You can close it off too for a cap so it doesn't just keep dripping out. I took both of those. I got a little carabiner on the side, but I wouldn't attach it to my pack. I just put it in my pack just because it swings around and makes a lot of noise while you're walking. So it's kind of just out and away from you. You don't want stuff like that hanging away from your pack. It's just not ideal. I realised when I had my bow on the side, it was just so far out to the side, it was pulling my pack over all the time. It was not ideal. That's the water. I did take this little back filter, so you push that back through the little Sawyer thing to clean it out. 7-day hunt, don't need it. I was only in for 2.5 days, and you can wait 7 days before I clean it, surely. So wouldn't take that. This is just a little pack that I took in my hunting pack. So this was my hunting pack that I used, the Tenzing. So I would have this gear in here. So wind check, it's just got corn flour in it. Works just as well as the chalk that was in there, so don't just go and buy a new one, just fill it up with corn flour. This is my Black Diamond headlight, which I never ended up fully using, so I did take extra batteries for that, but I didn't run out. Still working 100% there. This is my rangefinder. This is just a little thing for your phone. That's a Manfrotto attachment for your phone. It's could go on a tripod, which I'm not taking next time anyway, so I won't be taking that unless I take a really little tripod. I probably might do that actually, because it'll be minimal weight. Then I can at least do a couple of videos with my phone, because my phone, which I'll talk about in a second, and I'll talk about it now, I took that and I put it on aeroplane mode, and I had 100% battery for a whole day and a half. So I don't know how that works, but it didn't use any battery. I mean, I had it really low screen brightness. It's an 8 Plus, iPhone 8 Plus, but I couldn't believe it. It just kept battery really well. So I did take the cord, and this is an Anker 26,000 milliamp hours recharging thing, which I took fully charged and didn't use it at all. I actually didn't even use it, but we were only there 2.5 days. If I was there on a 7-day and I was using my phone for video a lot more, I used the camera that you're looking through right now for a lot of the video, so it might end up, it would use a bit more battery. So anyway, this is brilliant. 3.5 full charges of the iPhone 8 Plus. By wax, lens cleaner, got a fox whistle in there, and then this is my bino thing for the tripod, which I didn't use. These are the extra batteries for the camera. I think I was planning on doing a lot more videoing, but I used one battery in that camera, the 300 milliamp hours. Yeah, 2550 milliamp hours in that battery, and I did video and took photos, and then I used it when I came back, and it's crazy, the battery's so good in that Nikon P900. It's just really good. So anyway, I'd probably take a couple of batteries next time rather than 5 extras. These batteries were for my my Magellan GPS, which I'm never going to take again. It's just rubbish, so I'll be selling that. And so I don't need those couple little ones. I had 2 sets of extra batteries for this light, which I didn't use. I'll probably just take 1 extra set of 3 of those AAAs. Yep. This is my personal stuff, so I've got an extra Ventolin, earplugs, toothpaste, toothbrush, extra toilet paper. This is like a chafing cream, which I wouldn't take again. It is, anyway, it's there. It's called Glide or something. I don't know exactly what it's called. Anyway, it's there it is, Body Glide, but I wouldn't take it. Apparently, it's an anti-chafe balm. I don't get chafe, so don't know why I took it. Probably wouldn't take it. Panadol. In my first aid, I have 2 bandages. I have some Phenergan tablets just in case I get a allergic bite or something. That's just going to save me for a while. I've got the Flint case and the thing that you use for it. Scissors, wouldn't take them again, just using a knife. Got this little wood saw that you can use, just ring one that you use, but I wouldn't take that again. Some little corn things, I don't really get blisters, but probably wouldn't take that again. It's my emergency sort of packing here. This is wool that you put between your toes to stop that rubbing. I didn't have a problem with that, so I don't think I'll take that again. Foot warmers. Now, because it got so cold at night, and hand warmers, I probably would take a couple of these, but I don't think I'll be going when it's that cold again. That was pretty full on, and there wasn't a huge amount of thought going into the hunting. It was more the thoughts were going into the survival what are we going to do? Survival? Are we going to be alright tonight? Make sure that we're alright for tonight, and did your head in a little bit. So just got to be really aware of the time you're going and making sure you're ready. We only just got through the nights with the gear we had, so we were having to light a fire in the morning just to get warm. So we're lucky we even saw deer, because I shot my deer at 1:30, I think it was, in the day, maybe 1 o'clock, and probably about the same time Josh shot his deer. So yeah, that's those hot hands. I'll probably take 4 of those, so that's for 2 uses. I'd probably take them again just for that. This is a nice gas lighter that's really got a strong flame. I'll take that. That was good to get the fires going. Whistle, obvious reasons. Just a manual sort of compass, Emerg, it's the KTI brand. Make sure you check those before you go when you're in service, because if you check it when you're just at ute or something like that, ready to go hunt, and you do the test on it. I heard of a guy that did that and it actually set off his Emerg, and so he had to quickly get back to where he had service to call them and let them know that it was a false alarm that it triggered when he did the test. So anyway, just be aware of that. Test it before you go. Then I've got these. These are what's called Noons. Now they are hydration tablets, so that's them there. You can get them from a bike store or adventure stores, hiking stores. Noon, N-W-W-N. Noon. Another lighter, just in case, and a blanket. That's my emergency and first aid. Kill kit. The knife that goes on my belt. Now I've got this other knife here that it's brilliant. Now Matt from Paladin Sports, I saw one of his videos where he's using this. You can see it's got a hook on the end there. That's actually, you put that under the skin, the animal, you can just keep going. And it just cuts straight down, so you don't have this whole pick of the knife. I mean, if your knife's super sharp, you can just sometimes get right under and go anyway, but that just, you can just hook that under the skin and it just goes. So I'll be doing that again. Disposable blades, just like a normal Stanley knife. So I'll be taking that again. It's just a saw. It's actually got a little bit of weight to it, but I bought a brand new one just to make sure it was sharp. Actually used it a couple of times on a few red stags. I bought a heap of different sizes of zip ties, and they came in handy, so I would suggest taking them. They weigh nothing, and even Josh said he'll be taking zip ties next time, because I helped him out with his water filter, just fixing it a little bit. It had a bit of a leak, and we fixed it with one of the zip ties, so worth it, you know. We tied up some meat in a tree that we were going to come back and grab later on, yeah, we used the zip ties for that. We zip tied them up nice and tight, ran up high in a tree, and so the dingoes couldn't get it, and yeah. Extra wipes, I won't take them again. These are plastic gloves, didn't need them. I mean, yeah, just a little bow Allen key for a bit of maintenance on my bow if I need it. Just orange tape for tracking the animal, so if it's quite thick you can just track blood by, you can see where the animal's gone then to track it. And this is just a little bit of blaze orange, very light material that I got that is highly visible obviously, to put over some antlers if we're carrying out ahead, because you don't want to be walking through this thick bush and all of a sudden someone sees some antlers and starts blazing away. So you're going to get seen with that. Obviously having your hat on might make a difference, but if you've got your pack on and your hat's there, you might see you from the front but maybe not from behind. So this is definitely could be a good lifesaver, and I use would use the zip ties around that to keep it on. That's it for the kill kit. So that's pretty much it, apart from these ridiculous things that I bought off Wish. So there is some rubbish on Wish. They are, I couldn't figure out how to get them to work. One's battery was flat, I must have left it on. So they're just a UHF or something, I don't even know what they are, they don't work. So they probably do, but just I couldn't get them to work. But I'm looking at buying the Garmin Rhino 750, which has the ability to, you can actually go and see Daz and check his review on that out. He does a review of the 650, which is an older model that's been around about 6.5 years. It's 2018 right now, and end of June, July, and he does a review on the 650 versus the 750. He's got them both, and he loves the 750. It's new, been out, I don't know, not long, but yeah, it's brilliant. You can, if you shoot a deer across a gully, and you know, you can actually point the Garmin Rhino at it and mark it, and then you can go walk around the gully, and you might think, oh, that's where it was, but the Garmin Rhino is telling you, no, it's another 50 over that way, or another 50 up. So great little thing to be able to do that. It's just one of the things it does. You can text between the rhinos, so you can text someone over the hill without service. So and you can use it as a walkie-talkie, obviously, as a UHF. So I'll be looking at that. They're not cheap, but I know I might end up getting the 650 now, because you can get them second hand for about 300, and the 750 is about 750 or so. Yeah, look into that. That's pretty much it. There is a lot that I'll be culling out for the next trip. Wouldn't have minded getting a stag, but it didn't work out. But had a great time in there in the mountains, and even though it was bitterly cold, it was a lot of fun. We got to see some brumbies, yeah, up close, and that was an amazing experience. And yeah, it was a really good experience. We both harvested a deer, obviously not the stag that we were after, but you know, there's plenty of trips I've been out where I haven't seen anything or shot anything, so actually harvest a deer with the bow and get a Oz cut straight through the deer. See the blood on the end of that one. So yeah, that's the arrow I used, straight through, quartering away, so the perfect bow shot. Still sharp as Oz cut 125. See the blood sort of there. Went through, I think, liver and then lung. So she went and lied down, and I've got some video footage. If you want to watch that, you can get across and watch it. I'll have it up. Alrighty, thanks guys. I hope you got something out of this. And well, these poles are actually leckies, called eagles. So anyway, hope you got something out of this this set of videos, and I know that there's a few other guys that have done it out there, and well, I've taken a lot from their videos, so get over and watch theirs. Bolt Action Productions has got a really good video on gear, what worked and what didn't work, similar to what I've done, except he's probably done it a lot more than me. Being from Queensland, I had to drive 1600 k's to go for a hunt, so yeah, I didn't spend a huge amount of time in, but I did hunt a bit afterwards. So anyway, it was a good trip, and looking forward to going again. Thanks for watching guys, and I'll see you again soon.